sort of almost putting everyone on notice once again how strong a team and they're legitimate contenders again. Who's been the best team over the last 17 years when you look at, there's been some great eras. And so you look at Geelong over that time, they've won, 3 flags in 17 years. They've missed the top 8 twice.
Yep.
You go to Hawthorn that have won 4 flags and would have missed the top 8 or times. They've been out of the top 8. Which is the better era? Is it purely on premierships? Does 4 premierships just automatically make you better than 3 premierships? Or is the fact that all bar 2 years, for 15 years out of the 17, Geelong have been contenders?
If I know a couple of Geelong supporters and they get very frustrated by the fact that they make the 8, but they don't feel like they're ever a chance to win it. Whereas, and I also, unfortunately, I'm also happy to know some Hawthorn supporters, not you, Ryan, but they are up and about all the flags. So they seem happier than Geelong supporters.
The flags are a flex, but if I can go back to pre-2017 Richmond supporting, you would have loved to be in that position. You play finals every year. You get most weekends during the home and away season, you're up and about. So in terms of maybe not best team, but best value for money team, as in you buy your membership, you get a good time, you get great football, you get wins, you'd probably argue Geelong. And I'd probably also say the Sydney Swans in the past 25 years because they're frequent flyers in the finals. So it's not necessarily about premierships, although if you want to put that flex in, you can, and I do. But in terms,
rightly so,
which is a fine flex. But in terms of overall value and what you get, and as a Cats fan, you're probably guaranteed 15 great weekends out of the 22 each year. So you're always up and about.
Chris Scott's win-loss record is the best, home and away record. His win percentage is remarkable.
Of all time.
And Ryan,
best of all time.
Ryan, you're an avid follower of US sports. The great coaches aren't measured on flags, are they? Or premierships or championships or world champions.
Not in the NFL. I mean, Bill Belichick's the GOAT, but he's probably measured on rings, but there's a lot of great NFL coaches
that are measured on winning.
Are a good example.
On winning percentage.
Yeah, 100%. I think, though, it comes down to expectations. Geelong's expectation every year is to win a flag.
You're getting impatient.
They've underachieved, in my opinion, in the last 20 years when you're looking at it.
Yeah, the talent they've had at their disposal.
Yeah, and the list has to come into it as well.
You do want to be it's gotten to a reputation. It's like, how people say, you don't want to play them in September. Well, Geelong, you kind of do.
Yeah.
But maybe they have underachieved because they've been there so often. But to reinvent yourself in the modern salary cap and draft and all that sort of stuff, to reinvent yourself year after year has been exceptional. And I agree with what you said about Sydney Swans. In a non-AFL market, to be consistently thereabouts, to have an iconic player heading up the club as well, have this great system that they just keep churning out players that are recycled from other clubs. So, obviously, it's an interesting discussion around those super clubs.
And
Hawthorn, Richmond, of late, Sydney and Geelong.
Yeah. And I know as fact, because I've been at gatherings and stuff, Brandon Gale from Richmond's on record saying, you know what, we want to be like Sydney and Geelong.
Yeah.
We actually want to be we want to be in finals every year. We want to just be frequent flyers. We don't just want to win a few flags and go away. Yeah. They want to be constantly up. That's the inspiration that they've got.
And those teams haven't rebuilt. They've rewired or re-energized or relaunched.
Rejigged. They've had a renovation.
There's a lot of re's, but sometimes I think when you don't bottom out, you don't quite get the talent in. Like you get the talent, but not quite enough to win your flag. But it keeps you in the 8, but not enough to win a flag.